Alright, so today's lesson is a continuation of our last video on the differentiation. That was derivatives and concepts and formulas of solving derivatives, and there was an example that we did of the quotient rule. And the example that we used was the quotient rule on the formula f of x is equal to x to the power 4 minus 5x cubed minus the square root of x all over x squared. So what we did in the last video, like I said, was that we went over an example of the quotient rule. And in this one, we're going to go over an example of the product rule and also how to check that. So, recall, our product rule is you have a derivative with respect to x, some function at x, times some function g of x. It's as simple as the derivative of the first times the second plus the first function times the derivative of the second function. Alright, so what we're going to do here is that one of the methods that I mentioned in the last time was inverting a denominator so that it was into a numerator, but it was a negative power. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take our equation that we have and we're going to put it in the form so that we can use the product rule. And that's as simple as just taking what we had in the denominator and make it a negative power. You can do that. So now we're going to perform the product rule. So we have x negative squared times the derivative of x to the power 4 minus 5x cubed x to the power of 1/2. That's going to be plus what we had in our numerator times the derivative of x to the negative 1/2. Let's get that in there. Okay. So, what this does for us now is that we're going to have to keep simplifying this. So, let's do it the actual derivatives. And we'll see what that gives us. So, same thing as last time, is we're just going to apply the simple power rule. And we're going to have the exact same answer for the derivative of our denominator. And what this is going to give us is the 4x cubed minus 15x squared minus 1/2 x negative 1 power of negative 1/2, That's going to be plus all of this again times negative 2x. Alright, so now what you're doing is you're just straight simplifying this. So we're going to multiply this in through this bracket and this in through this bracket. So it's going to give you 4x minus 15 and the x squared and the x negative squared will cancel each other, and then you're going to have 1/2 x negative 1/2 minus 2. So we'll do that in the fraction in a second. See exactly what we're doing. Sorry, tried to multiply it through. So that's going to give you negative 2 I forget about that. Yes, little derivative. Obviously, you take away 1. So you're going to give you negative 2x, and then negative 2 times negative 5 is going to give you plus 10, and then that's going to give you plus x 2x of 1/2 negative 3. Okay, so now we're going to simplify this even further. So what this gives you is 4x, take away 2x, leaves 2x, negative 15 plus 10 is 5. We're going to have negative 2 plus 2. So what happens here is that these ratios up top actually work out to be the exact same. So if you have negative 2 or negative 1/2 minus 2 over 2, it's going to give you not negative 2 over 2, it's minus 4 over 2, because the ratio is 2, so that's 4 over 2, right? Least common denominator, simple stuff, my mistake. So what happens is that you end up having plus 3 over 2x, so that what this becomes is negative 1/2 minus 4 over 2, so minus 5 over 2, and then over here, this is 1/2 minus 6 over 2 equals negative 5 over 2 as well. So that's why they multiply together. And that gives you the exact same answer as what we had in the last video. Now, another way we can check this whole thing is, remember what we had to start off with, is that we can do the obvious thing and simplify this first. And that's as simple as just factoring the x on the bottom into the top. So that just gives you x squared minus 5x, and that gives you x to the power 1/2 minus 2. So what this does is it gives you x squared minus 5x minus x 1/2 minus 4 over 2. What that leaves you with is minus 3 over 2. You take the derivative of this, what that leaves you with, 2x minus 5 plus 3 over 2 minus 5 over 2. And voila, same answer.